Hey guys, I'm really excited today. I've got something really awesome, really special to share with you. As you can probably see, I got a bunch of stuff spread out here on my table, and I'm just so excited about this. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this is, and then I'll bring you in closer and go over things. I do want to let you know that this is probably going to be a long video. I don't know if it'll be 10 minutes or 15 minutes or what. I normally don't like to make real long videos, but this is going to be an extra special one, and I highly recommend and ask you guys to please watch this whole thing, because it is really awesome. I know sometimes I can be long-winded and might even get boring sometimes, but this is awesome. And basically what this is here, this is a grouping of a soldier, a veteran that served in World War One. I actually got all this for free. I got this about 4 days ago. My mother-in-law came in town to visit, and she brought this with her. And what it is, my wife's grandmother used to own an antique store, and it closed down in 2006. And there was all kind of stuff in there, and she would let me go in there from time to time and get things out, and I would give her money for what I found. And unfortunately, my wife's grandmother passed away back in July. She was 79 years old. And so my mother-in-law, she actually found this stuff, and she knew I would want it, and she brought it for me. And that's really awesome. And you see, my table is basically already full here. And honestly, this is only maybe about 60-70% of everything I have to show. So what I'm going to have to do is go over everything here that's already on the table. I'll have to stop the video and clear the table off, and then lay out all the other stuff that you don't see here. I'm telling you, this is going to be a really awesome video. It is going to be long, so bear with me, but there's so much history here. It is just unreal, and I'm really excited about it. So I just wanted to warn you, it will be lengthy. But anyways, guys, I'm going to bring you in closer, and I'll start going over what you see here. It's going to be a great video. Alright, guys, so here's a front view of everything that you saw kind of sprawled out on my table. You see, my table is completely covered. There's all kind of paperwork, and it's just unreal, all the history that is laying right here in front of you. And like I said, this is only about 60 or maybe 70% of everything. I just could not fit it all on my table, so what I wanted to share with you before I go over what you see here is I want to give you some background on the soldier. His name was Nicholas Walter Cummings, and he was born on April 6th, 1890. He was born in LaSalle, Illinois, and he actually lived for about 40 years in Chicago, Illinois. Like I said, he was born April 6, 1890. He passed away on December 10th, 1939. So he was only 49 years old when he passed away. He served, like I said, during World War I. He enlisted on June 23rd, 1917, and he was discharged June 23rd, 1919. So he served exactly 2 years. And he served in the 2nd Infantry Division. He was in the 6th Regiment. He served in the 79th Company, and then later on in the 61st Company. He fought, in a lot of the major battles, that the 2nd Infantry Division fought in. If you want to look up their history, you can see they went through a lot, during World War I. He was actually wounded in battle. He was wounded on June 11th, 1918. And there's something I'll show you here. It's not actually already on the table, but basically there's a newspaper article I'll show you a little bit later, and it says that he was going over the top and he was struck in the right shoulder by German machine gun fire. So he was in the trench going over the top, and he was hit in the right shoulder, and it was a very bad wound. From what I gather, it caused him a lot of problems later on in life. And he was actually, when he joined, he was 27 years old when he joined the military, which I thought that was something because, a lot of times you think it's guys in their late teens, early 20s. He was 27. He received a lot of awards. He got the Victory Medal, and he actually was awarded 4 Bronze Stars and the Silver Victory Button. 4 Bronze Stars he was awarded. That is unreal. So he was definitely a courageous guy. He actually had a brother that served in World War I also, a brother named Vincent Cummings. And his brother was actually a sharpshooter, and he served over in France also. Mr. Cummings, Nicholas Walter Cummings, his serial number was 121370. He was actually married to a woman named Mary Donnelly, her maiden name, and they had one child together. They had a little girl named Mary Antoinette, kind of like Marie Antoinette from history, but it was Mary Antoinette. And like I said, they lived in around the Chicago area. But this guy, you know, there's just so much history here. It is unreal what all's right here, which I'm not going to be able to read everything, so I'm going to kind of go over it somewhat as quickly as possible. But I definitely want to take time on certain things and you know, let you hear. Some of this stuff is awesome, but this right here is actually a newspaper article, and that's him right there in the top row in the center there of the 6. He's right there. And at the top it even says, Chicagoans killed and wounded in the battle against the Hun. So that's him right there, Nicholas Walter Cummings. And a lot of these papers here are from the VA, from the Marine Corps. You know, it's just awesome. So I'll just start here in this top corner, and this right here is stuff from the VA, information, instructions to patients, because you know he was a VA patient. This right here, you got a hospital admission card. It's got some of his information on there. He was 31 years old, and he had some kind of an outpatient treatment having to do, like I said, with his wound in his right shoulder. And see, dated 1921, June 20th. And this just has to do with an examination made and everything. It is just, it's unreal what all is here. This right here, check this out. I mentioned his awards. This is dated January 14th, 1927. It's from the headquarters of the United States Marine Corps. It says, enclosed you'll find the following insignias which you are entitled for your service in the Marine Corps. See, the Victory Medal. I'm not good with these French, you know, foreign names, but Asne, forgive me, Saint Miel, Meuse Argonne Defense Sector Class. He got 4 bronze stars and the silver victory button. And it's, you know, signed Major Adjutant Inspector of the Marine Corps. That is awesome. And it was a total of 10 enclosures. This next row here, there's some kind of songs here. Some of this paperwork is like songs. I don't know if he wrote them or what it is. It's called The Night of the Big Wind in Ireland. Right here he's got, this is from the Treasury Department, having to do with the physical examination that was, it has to do basically with the paperwork I showed you just before. It's dated, you know, 1921. Here's another song, If Jesus Came to Your House. I don't know if he wrote these or what, if they were just popular songs. This right here is dated December 1st, 1939. Basically, he was getting paid at first $10 a month, and then he was getting $12 a month, kind of like a disability, basically. He was getting that's not what he was getting paid, basically disability, because he was wounded and everything. This right here is a letter to his wife. It's dated December 13th, 1939, and you see, unfortunately, it says, your husband who died in this facility, he died December 10th, 1939. It's basically, you know, just a letter from the VA to his wife. I thought this was really cool. This is an application for the Purple Heart. His wife, she actually, there's another page here I'll show you. She, you know, wanted to, she was asking about getting his Purple Heart that he had originally intended on getting, but evidently he didn't get around to it. But see, this is from June 1942. This is an application for Purple Heart. See, it's got his name. U.S. Marine Corps 6th Regiment, 2nd Infantry Division. He was honorably discharged June 23rd, 1919. You see that there, but unfortunately it never got filled out. Here's the other page I was telling you about. So this is June 23rd, 1942, and this is his wife to the commandant. Said, "Dear sir, I should like to obtain the Purple Heart Medal, which my deceased husband Nicholas W. Cummings earned in World War I." And then she tells, you know, he passed away and everything. See, there's his wife from Chicago, Illinois, Mary Cummings. And so, that's interesting. And then you got all these right here. There was a lot of stuff from when he was in the service. I guess letters from family members, his wife, other people going back and forth. I'm not going to be able to read over them, you know, but this one right here is dated May 12th, 1918. Then you got the 21st of December, 1919. This one right here is actually not dated, but it's kind of interesting. You got April 12th, 1919. You got December 2nd, 1918, which that's really cool. Right here, got the headquarters of the 2nd Division Association. It has to do with some kind of a magazine or something going on. But it basically is showing his dues due for 1922 is $1 for the dues of that. This right here, this is unreal. This is just, it's just mind-boggling. This right here, what this is basically the Office of Registered Deeds. This is from Kansas. This was sent to Mr. Cummings, and what it is, it's basically there was a family who sent this photo of their son and actually stamps for, you know, in order for Mr. Cummings to return any information regarding exactly what happened to their son. This man right here was, where's he at? Joseph Hluocal, I guess that's how you pronounce it. He served in the same division and everything as Mr. Cummings, and this man unfortunately was killed in action. And he got the family got just a basic letter about, you know, his passing and everything. The family, but the family is reaching out to this soldier, you know, whose stuff I have, and they're asking for more information about regarding their son. You know, what exactly happened to him? They need closure. You know, they're heartbroken. They want to know what happened to their little boy. You know, or you know, their boy. And so that is just unreal. You know, and they even gave stamps. You know, they were going to pay the return postage for whatever, you know, Mr. Cummings was able to send them. So that's something. Right here, this is a soldier's individual pay record. But this right here is actually, see, March 26, 1942. It was kind of confused me because he passed away, you know, in 1939. But I got to looking. Let me see if I can open it up real quick. And it's named to a soldier named William Dunley. And I looked him up, got a little bit of information from him, but what it is William Dunley, he's somehow related to Mr. Cummings' wife, because her maiden name was Dunley, Mary Dunley. So I don't know if this was, you know, a cousin of hers or a brother, or somehow this man is related, excuse me, to Mr. Cummings', you know, wife, which I thought that was, you know, something. It's interesting. This right here was a little picture of a girl that was found in an envelope dated July 1919. I'm not sure who that is. I'm trying to hurry. I know it's getting lengthy. Forget 10-15 minute video. It's going to be longer than that. But this right here just talks about, this is basically some stuff, some x-rays and stuff they did on him, and having to do, you know, with basically his physical. This is just kind of a random page here. But, I mean, like I said, I just can't go over everything. But his family members would send him. He was actually Roman Catholic. That was his religion. His family members would send him stuff. See, this is from April 4th, 1918. They would send him, you know, spiritual, religious stuff. Here's some older envelopes and stuff. You got clinical records of treatments and stuff here. Here's another little postcard type thing, a Christmas card, the 29th of December, 1920. This right here is, it's some kind of a armistice and memorial service, some kind of a church little ceremony that took place November 17th, 1940. Right here, basically showing, you know, he was getting compensated $12 a month, you know, basically disability. This right here is cool. Certified copy of the honorable discharge in the United States Army. Unfortunately, it's got damage to it, and it hasn't been filled out, which that's a shame, you know. Right here, this is from the headquarters of United States Marine Corps, dated October 30th, 1920. There's enclosed here with the Good Conduct Medal, number 29187. Awarded you know, he was served from June 17th, 1917 to June 1919. He was actually wounded in June, so that's something. This right here is dated the 6th of July, 1918. It's from a base section in France. Some kind of a letter He was authorized to be absent from the hospital. Purpose of revisiting St. Nair. I'm not sure, that's maybe from a doctor or something, but this right here is interesting. YMCA, American Expeditionary Forces, November 11th, 1918. It's just a letter. It's just kind of, you know, going over some things with the guy. This right here is a negative. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got some damage to the corner there, but I'm guessing it's him in uniform. I wish I, you know, could get it developed. That'd be cool. This right here is a little pocketbook type thing, and he's got some random information and stuff in there, people's names and addresses, I guess family members or friends and everything that he wanted to keep up with, which is kind of cool. But there's so much stuff I'm still going on. I hadn't even read over everything, and I'm just kind of, there's still stuff I could find, you know. Basically, this is from him originally getting $10 a month for disability, but it, you know, it moved to $12. This right here, partially, or $12 a month, combined rating of your service-connected disabilities, starting October 13th, 1930. This right here is a Western Union birthday greeting from Miss Mary Donnelly. This is some kind of stuff about herbal combination guide, about, you know, just stuff he might encounter in the service and everything, I guess. This is cool. It's the old envelope, June 16th, 1919. Then you got there's another older envelope here, which is really cool. This right here is awesome. Private Nick Cummings, 79th Company, 6th Regiment. I thought that was really cool. Here's another cool one. April 14th, what is that? Oh, April 14th, 1919. Then just some other envelopes. That's January 18th, 1938. You got, I can't even make out the date on that one. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. This right here is a receipt the woman got from the hospital on the day after he passed away. It was $3.30, which were the personal funds of Nicholas Cummings. So at the time of his death, I guess he had $3.30 on him, maybe in his wallet, or that was owed to him, and it was given to the wife. But anyways, guys, as you can tell, maybe by my voice and just what you've seen and maybe even read along with me, this is awesome. And like I said, there's still a lot more cool stuff I want to share with you. So what I'm going to have to do is, like I said, I'm going to have to take everything off the table, and I'm going to have to, you know, lay out all the other stuff, and then I'll go over that with you. So bear with me here just a few minutes or so. I'm going to stop the video, and I'll start it back up and continue on with this awesome grouping. Alright guys, so this is basically, I guess you consider part 2 of my video. You know, sometimes, or most of the time, I'll do, you know, one video and several days later make the second, but I'm going to make this all in one. I originally said 10-15 minutes. This might be 25-30 minute videos. I apologize it's long, but I hope you guys are still with me, or most of you anyways, because this is awesome. Like, it just keeps getting better and better. I know, you know, I went over some cool things in the first half. This is awesome. So please bear with me. You'll like this video, I assure you. Start in the top left corner again. This is from the 2nd Headquarters Division. Just kind of a random letter there. But anyways, I'm trying to hurry. This is a visitor's pass for his wife when he was in the hospital. She had to have a visitor's pass, so there it is from December 1939. Like I said, he passed away December 10th of 39. Here's a prayer card that was, I guess, sent to him maybe by a family member. Like I said, he was Roman Catholic. This right here is, I think he may have, I guess he met some French civilians when he was overseas, and I would assume that some of this stuff is from French friends he had made, like Christmas cards, birthday cards, holidays. This is just some kind of random coupon for American Family Soap right there. I thought that was kind of cool. It's old. This is a really cool envelope from May 13th, 1918. Private N.W. Cummings, 79th Company, 6th Regiment, United States Marine Corps, AEF, Allied American Expeditionary Force. Thought that was cool. Check this out. He was sent a Christmas and basically New Year's card from the Marine Corps. It says the United States Marine Corps extends to one of its former members best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. And it's got the Major General's signature there. That's awesome that the Marine Corps sends you a Christmas, you know, a holiday card. Check this one out. This is awesome. It got like a nativity scene there, but look at the writing in there. I don't know if that's German or what. If any of you guys can make that out, or maybe it's French, I don't know, but it's got some writing here on the back. See all that? I have no idea. I don't think that's French. I don't know if it's German or what it is. But I'm guessing it's somebody he met over there, and maybe they're sending him a Christmas card. I mean, I don't know, but that's interesting though. It's like a little pop-up Christmas card. Right here you got a 8th Annual Dinner Banquet, 2nd Infantry Division, June 5th, 1926. So I thought that was really cool. And he actually had some of his, I guess some of his old Army buddies, they signed his little banquet brochure thing here. It's kind of order of, you know, the ceremony or, you know, or whatever, but got some of his buddies' signatures on there. That's really cool. Right here, he's got his field medical card. He kind of talks about, you know, some of his medical things. See, there's his name and serial number. And you know, it's got some stuff as far as how his wound was treated and different things. Knights of Columbus. I guess, I don't know if he was a Mason or Scottish Rite or what, from, see, June 8th, 1919. Then you got right here, this is actually for his one of his Bronze Stars, because that's the number of, it mentions in the other letter in the first half of the video, September 11th, 1920. I thought that was really cool. Right up here, VA admissions, December 11th, 1939. You know, the day after he died. These right here are from the mostly the Navy Department, just random telegram type things. 1924, 23, 24, and 39. This right here is some kind of a random tag here. I mean, I would think this is when he was tagged when he was wounded, because it mentions underneath skin, right shoulder with something. But that's kind of interesting, like a tag, a wound tag or something. Right here he's got this Marine Corps League card. It's actually his wife, Miss Cummings. United States Marine League, August 19th, 1919. This is cool right here. United States Marine Corps 6th Regiment. Basically just kind of going over some different things. September 1st, 1922. This right here is some kind of like a pamphlet from a church or something. St. Vincent's Church, Chicago, February 22nd, 1920. Unfortunately, it's about ripped in half, but that's interesting. This right here is cool. United States Marine Corps monthly pale of enlisted personnel. And it goes over from private to a sergeant major, under 4 years, all the way to under 20 years. Private, trumpeter, or trumpeter, drummer, first class, all that. That's kind of interesting. Right here, I mentioned he might have met some friends over in France. This is from Paris, the December 26, 1919. And that's kind of interesting right there. From, I guess, a French family or friend he made. This right here is from a Hoover and Sweeper company to his wife. I guess they bought a vacuum cleaner from him. That's kind of interesting. Here's kind of a funny card. June 4th, 1918, sent from Mary, his girl. Got an old card here, no writing on or anything, just some soldiers lined up. Looks like they're marching a parade or something. This right here, I'm guessing, is obviously it's religious, but something having to do with, you know, Catholic. It says Happy Christmas. Got an American Legion card from 1928. Registration of certificate, June 6, 1917. This is like a Belleau Wood, which that was a major battle of the Marine Corps in World War I. Some kind of a song right here. So I wish I had time to, you know, go over all this with you, but it's just unreal, all the stuff that goes with this. This right here is from his funeral. It's like a seating chart and everything. It mentions a lot of the Cummings family members and stuff and everything, where they're going to sit. Right up here at the top, I got some old pictures. This one, unfortunately, is tore, but got some people pointed out there and their names. I'm not sure. Oh. It looks like it says, I can't read it, but anyway, I'm not sure if he's one of these guys or not. I didn't recognize, you know, his face, but he could be one of these guys. Older photo. And I absolutely love this. This is from an original newspaper from the Saturday Evening Post, and they wrote September 14th, 1918. It's a picture of a bunch of doughboys standing there. And I don't believe he's one of them because he was already wounded, you know, in June of that year. So he probably wasn't in this picture, I wouldn't think. But that is an awesome newspaper photo, you know, from, you know, 1918. That is unreal. I love that. I'm going to get to this cool stuff here in a minute. Already went over these cards and everything. Got my service flag. Says from mother and father. You know, you put a flag with a star if you had a soldier or a son or whatever in the service. If you had 2 stars, it might be multiple sons. Here's another Christmas card. Or I'm sorry, birthday card from Mary. This is just some random papers here, basically to his wife. Right there. I'll skip over that. You got these religious books here. Souvenir of my retreat. You got 2 of these. They're both the same. One of them's from 1937, September 10th and 13th. This one right here is not written in or anything. You got 2 4th editions and a 5th edition, which is interesting. These right here are a bunch of negative photos. It's just so hard to, I mean, you can see it's soldiers and different stuff. There's a bunch more of them in this envelope here, which unfortunately I can't really show you. And got a bunch of random pictures and stuff in here. I don't know if they were the soldier's family or, you know, or what. But I didn't really have the time to show you all of them, but just a bunch of random photos of family members, I guess. Here's another photo. These are actually Mr. Cummings right here. That is him. It even says Private Nicholas Cummings, 79th Company, 6th Regiment, American Expeditionary Forces. That's him right there. That's the soldier. I say he was 49 when he passed away. And this was taken at the same time, another photo of him. It's not dated or anything, but I'd guess it's probably from the 20s. So he might be in his 30s right there, if I had to guess. Got an old postcard here. No date on it, but it's got an old tank. Look at that tank. It says, Huns don't like these tanks now if you buy more Liberty Bonds. Look at those old tanks. You got a Railroad Administration certificate. To old Nick from one of his buddies. Got some kind of a tag here. Not sure. It has to do with his treatment and everything. I guess it's from maybe like a medic or a doctor or something. Got these 2 same articles here. I think this is him on the right. I'm not 100%, but it sure looks like him from the side. Just some newspaper clippings there. Here's another tag, I guess from him being treated, because it mentions his shoulder. This is from June, I guess the 6th of July, 1918. I guess that's what that is. This right here, I guess some of his buddies. I'm not real sure. This was with everything. Maybe these are guys that he knew. Edward Meniff says he was wounded. And there's the same picture as that right there with the little article right there. Another Chicago soldier dead in Rhine poison mystery. This soldier was poisoned. It was said 2 other men were poisoned. Investigation being conducted. There were some soldiers that were poisoned and killed. So evidently something freaky was going on there. Got some other religious cards here. Sacred Heart of Jesus right there. This is dated March 23rd, 1917. Right there. Please protect Nick and bring him home. This is a little girl here holding reliable shoes in Chicago. A little girl, looks like she's reading the Bible. And I hadn't even opened this up. This new to me. Devil Dog, U.S. Marine. Some kind of a stamp stuck in there. This is from 1918. That's awesome there. Got this little booklet right here, which is cool. It's like names and addresses and different things and stuff. This right here is from his obituary. Nicholas Cummings. See? He enlisted U.S. Marines June 23rd, 1970 in the 61st Regiment, 79th Company. Was injured by a shot in the right shoulder from a machine gun while he was going over the top at Chateau Thierry, France. June 11th, in a letter to his mother, he informs basically information about him. Here's his obituary from when he passed away. So they say he was 49 years old, lived in Chicago 40 years. Mentions his wife and daughter. Right here, another Sacred Heart, right there, a religious thing. I'm not sure what this is, for a pocket knife or what it is. But anyways, I got a few more things I want to show you guys right here. I'm trying to wrap this up. This right here is awesome. I'm not 100% that it's his, but it could be. And check this out. So I can do it with one hand. Put it up against my stomach. Hold on. There we go. Glasses. I wish I knew 100% they were his. I mean, I would assume they are. It's with all of his stuff, but look at these old glasses. Unfortunately, one end of them's broke, but see, they got the rounded ends that go over the ears. These are really, really old. They got a lot of patina on them. Unfortunately, see, this one's broke. See that right there? It's broke. It's not, it's missing, but that would be awesome if these were his glasses. Too bad they're not named or initialed anywhere that I could see. It says something on here. Can't make it out right there. Anyways, but really cool. Maybe they're his glasses. That would be awesome. This right here is like a little tie clamp. NWC, Nicholas Walter Cummings, for his tie. This right here is a little clasp type thing for his World War II Victory Medal. This is the only one that was found. I should have had probably about 4 or 5 of these, but Ace-Knee, or I can't pronounce it, but that was one of the places he fought. This right here looks like part of a watch, I would guess, or maybe a bracelet. Gold Field, it says something there. I'm not sure what this thing is. But anyways, trying to wrap this up. There was one other cool thing I was going to show you guys. Let me see. I got everything else laid over here. That's my wife's sewing machine. Don't have nothing to do with this video, though. Check this out. I showed you this book in the first half. I forgot about this. Look at this. This has some German money in it, which I would assume would be from when he was obviously in the military. 50 Pfennig. Some old German money. That's awesome. Maybe it's worth $1 million now. That would be cool. So that way I can buy a bunch of more stuff and make more videos for you guys. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. I know it's a very lengthy video. It's probably like a 30-minute video. But I hope you guys are still with me and like all this. This is awesome. I just had to make this video. This is unreal. And to get all this for free. And more than likely, it's thought that the family might have thrown this away because my wife's great-grandmother was a dumpster diver. She lived up north in the Chicago area. So she might have pulled all this in an old suitcase or something, thrown away. Who knows? There's no telling how it came into my wife's family exactly, but I'm just glad, it was taken out. If it wasn't the garbage, it was taken out, or, at least it's found a good home with me. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to display this or what I'm going to do. It's just, there's obviously no way I could display it all, but maybe pick out the better things and put them behind, put them on a poster board or behind glass or something. It's going to take a while to figure this out, but anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm always, adding things to my collection, making new videos. Thank you guys that are still with me in this video and for following along. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll get back to you later. Thank you so much.